Folks in Madison County want to know if film crews and big stars will soon be invading their famous bridges. We'll have the scoop.
The covered bridges near Winterset, made famous by Robert Waller in his best-selling book, Bridges of Madison County. Winterset residents say they'd like to see the film made in their community.
A great boost to the promotion of the town. People are becoming more aware of Winterset and Madison County as a tourism area, and that certainly would bring more attention to us in that respect.
Oh, I think that would be great. We could use the publicity in the business. It would be nice.
We do want to be respected, though.
Wendol Jarvis, head of the Iowa Film Office, was in Winterset today.
They're still looking at other states. They're looking at Canada for doing this picture. We're working very hard with the businesses here in Winterset to help secure that project.
He says he's doing legwork to bring the film to Madison County.
Winterset is a town that filmmakers react very well to. They love the fact that you've got the historic buildings on all four sides of the courthouse, the old movie theater, and the friendliness of the people. It's a great film location.
The Bridges of Madison County, the movie, is still in its early planning stages. But if Iowa is chosen to be the set location, filming could begin as early as September. In Madison County, Courtney Maxwell for Live at 5.
And Wendol Jarvis says the decision on whether it's going to be made here or not should be made in July or so. But all of Hollywood now is buzzing about who's going to play Francesca, who's going to play Robert, who will play those lead roles.
Some pretty big names are being tossed around, including a moonstruck actress and a tough, gruff cowboy.
Talking all about it in this week's edition of Entertainment Weekly, the big spread on page 10, if you want to refer to it, if you've got it at home. Sidney Pollack pulled out.
Oh.
Here you see what it looks like. Sidney Pollack will no longer direct, so that means Robert Redford is no longer going to play Robert. Now they're talking about Clint Eastwood. Looks like Cher wants to play Francesca, and Steven Spielberg, Amblin Entertainment, is going to put it together, apparently. However, Spielberg will not direct. Mike Newell, who directed the recent hit Four Weddings and a Funeral, is being tabbed as the director. Jessica Lange wants to be in this movie. All the leading ladies of Hollywood want to get in.
I'll bet. Cher was good in Moonstruck. It'll be all right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
This is a News Center 13 special report.
Newsroom, and of course we are talking about the Winterset festivities that are going on. And in fact, we are talking about a new movie that will be made there. Scott Pope is going to be giving us the details on that. We'll go now live to Winterset. Scott, has the announcement been made yet?
Just about ready to get started here, Ed. And we just received a press release from the Iowa Department of Economic Development. It is official. Robert Waller's best-selling novel, The Bridges of Madison County, will be shot in a full-length motion picture. Warner Brothers Studio will apparently make the film, and the camera should start rolling sometime in August.
Madison County was expecting fantastic news today, and they got it. The movie version of The Bridges of Madison County will be made right there. Sparked by the title of the same name, the movie will be a love story that begins with the bridges themselves. Warner Brothers making the film, the executive producer, you know this guy, Steven Spielberg. Today we got confirmation that Clint Eastwood will be the leading man, but the role of Francesca is still up in the air. Eastwood will be interviewing prospective leading ladies next week. That information came in a news conference held this afternoon.
They held it at one of the bridges, so we knew it had to be good news. Scott Pope in Madison County, where they're still celebrating what a boon this will be. And Scott, they think it'll be bigger than the Field of Dreams?
They do, Therese. In fact, no one's really ready to put a dollar figure on this, but Field of Dreams brought in $6.8 million to the state of Iowa, and they think it's going to be even higher than that. But this has been the big secret, the big rumor around Winterset for weeks. Everyone kind of anticipated it might happen, but no one would say for sure that the rumors were answered today. With the Cutler-Donahoe Bridge as a backdrop, Governor Branstad made the big announcement.
And I'm very pleased on this occasion to announce that the movie version of James Waller's book, The Bridges of Madison County, will be shot in its entirety right here in Madison County, Iowa.
The announcement culminated 2 years of negotiations with some of Hollywood's biggest players. Steven Spielberg will produce the film. Brian Beresford, who directed Driving Miss Daisy, will be the director. As for the lead roles, Clint Eastwood, who won Academy Awards for Unforgiven, will play Robert Kincaid, the National Geographic photographer who falls in love with Iowa farm wife Francesca Johnson. But who will play Francesca, no one is really sure yet.
Clint Eastwood is meeting with some of the actresses tomorrow and has met with some of them already to try to find out what the rapport is like for casting that particular part.
Jarvis says Warner Brothers plans to film all 6 bridges. but haven't decided which one will be chosen as the scene for Robert and Francesca's rendezvous. And a number of factors will be considered before that decision is made. The film's producers have already asked for weather data for southern Iowa for the months of August and September. They'll want to know what trees are growing up the bridges and what color they're likely to be changing, if any. And they also want to know how water will likely be flowing in the creeks and rivers underneath the bridges. Jarvis also says that most, if not all, of the bridges will remain open for tourists even while the film is being shot.
We'll close down a road for, say, 4 or 5 minutes at a time and then open traffic back up.
Now here's the timetable for the filming of this movie. Everything's supposed to get rolling about mid-August here in Madison County. Filming should take anywhere from 10 to 12 weeks, and they hope to have the film wrapped up and debuting somewhere in Hollywood by April of 1995. This will be the second go-around for a lot of the folks here in Winterset because of they had the movie Cold Turkey back here in the 1960s, and a lot of folks here remember that as well.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We're having a little audio breakup here with the storm between here and Winterset, so we'll try to clean that up for Scott's report tonight at 6.
Those who call Madison County home are thrilled that the movie will be shot right there.
As Courtney Maxwell explains now, they consider it a boost in terms of national exposure and the local economy, too.
The Bridges of Madison County will be shot in its entirety right here in Madison County, Iowa.
Hundreds of Winterset residents cheered when Governor Branstad announced filming of Bridges would take place in Madison County.
A lot of historic things around here, and it's a real scenic town. Of course, it's not a Hollywood-type town, but it's not a Hollywood-type book.
Joanne Nichols will be busier than ever now. She organizes covered bridges tours for the Winterset Chamber of Commerce.
Last year we had 58. This year I've already booked 114. So far during the month of May we've already had 39. So it's fun, it's challenging, but it's great to do it.
Mark Reed owns a printing shop on the square. He says the announcement confirms what he's been told and what his duties will be.
Setting up some of the office equipment and things like that, and doing some copying and working pretty closely with our chamber.
Clint Eastwood has already been cast as the leading man in the movie Bridges of Madison County. The locals say they don't know who they'd like to see as the leading lady.
As far as leading ladies, I'll let him and them decide. I don't know who would be good. I'm sure there's a number that would be good.
Locals also cheered when it was announced that 500 to 1,000 extras, many from the area, would be used in the film, bridging the gap from Hollywood to Madison County. Courtney Maxwell for Live at 5.
Well, as Courtney said, Central Iowa is abuzz with speculation about who will play the role of Francesca in this movie. Now, we asked Winterset residents who they might choose.
I don't know, the women I've heard of Cher, and that doesn't really appeal to me, but I don't really have another suggestion, I guess. She seems too Hollywood, I guess, for this.
Clint Eastwood, I think, is super. I would like to see an unknown as the leading lady because I think Francesca's kind of a special person in many people's hearts. Now, whether you believe it's a true story or not, that's up to you.
Two names we know were kicked around in the Hollywood trade magazines are Cher and Isabella Rossellini, but no word on whether Clint will be interviewing either of them.
Yeah, they've been talking about Barbara Hershey and other people as well, Jessica Lange, but no matter whom they get to play this part, the movie is expected to bring in some big dollars. Here's what other movies have done. For example, Richard Gere's movie Miles from Home brought Iowa $3.8 million. We told you they expect it to be bigger than The Field of Dreams, which brought in $6 million in direct economic impact to our state. While Madison County residents anticipate the tourism the movie will bring, in Dyersville, Iowa, they're making some plans of their own. Plans have been released to revive a Labor Day baseball festival, the celebrity game at the Field of Dreams. This is video from the 1991 game featuring Baseball Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson. The game fell through last fall because they couldn't find a sponsor. But that problem is now out of the way, and about 2,000 people attended the first celebrity baseball game back in 1991.
Winterset will be the scene of a major motion picture. You'll never guess what it's all about. The Bridges of Madison County will be filmed this fall right here in Iowa. The announcement made official in Winterset today before an enthusiastic hometown crowd and, naturally, a covered bridge. Clint Eastwood will star as photographer Robert Kincaid. Producers say they're still looking for the lead actress, Connie, to play the part of Francesca. Robert Waller's best-selling book tells of a steamy affair between Kincaid and the Iowa farm wife in the scenic Madison County setting. State, county, and city leaders are thrilled at the economic development prospects that should run into the tens of millions of dollars, and readers can't wait to see the romantic story unfold on the silver screen.
I think this is fantastic. It'll be good for Winterset. And about it.
Usually books and movies don't quite go along the same line, but it would be nice if it did. It's a whole different aspect on romance.
Crews begin filming in late August, and they're still looking over specific shooting sites. The picture should hit movie theaters sometime next April.